Morning, yo. It's, what time is it? It's 4:36 a.m. Start my day at 3 a.m. Doing my morning routine. And then later on today, I will be heading to the Isle of Wight. Be leaving an island to go to an island. Yeah, funny. But I won't be going alone. It's time to bring the pack. So, guess you don't want to see my morning routine. So you want to see Baba? Today, Baba. Want to see an epic adventure, so you know what, let's go catch up with some of the pack. Before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe and smash that bell button to stay up to date with the latest greatest stuff. Now where's the pack?
It might not be no crossroad, but it's sure enough for far. Like left to LA or right to New York. Like stepping on the gas or taking it real slow. Feels like I'm spinning.
Yo, we're on an adventure using these coaches. There's the team there. There you go. We're on a team, an adventure to the Hovercraft. So, yo, we're all here. We got Mama Wolf, Feisty Wolf, and even Papa Wolf. He fell asleep, so we say nothing. We even got Vivid vlogging away, which is great and amazing. So we can't wait to take on the adventure of the epic, legendary Hovercraft. Will you be hovering along with us? And over there is a tree. But this tree looks odd. So it's a tree. Like we're focusing on a tree, but we are waiting for entry. We have Mama Wolf, Feisty Wolf, the amazing bus driver, and Reese walking away because he's going to see something even more legendary and epic that will blow your minds. And then me right behind the camera of hello. Venturing off, all of us, into the unknown hovercraft of the land. Will we be able to hold everyone down as Reese floats away?
Looks like you're not very new on this one.
Feels like I'm spinning down the middle. How can I tell which way to go? Feels like I'm spinning down the middle. How can I tell which way to go? Feels like I'm spinning down the middle. How can I tell which way to go? I just don't know.
Their life jacket.
We'll do some high-speed turns and spins, just to show the manoeuvrability of the craft. And what we'll do is we'll put it in the water as well. So a lot of people are very surprised that the hovercraft will float. I will reassure you it does. So please don't be scared. You might hear the water lapping underneath you as well. So, and yeah, once we've done that, it'll be about 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We'll see how the traffic works out. We are running our sister craft as well at the same time, so we might have to work out a plan with them, because obviously they'll take priority running the service for our regular passengers and commuters. So yeah, once we've done that, we'll land and ride. We'll have a bit of a walk around and talk about the craft, and then that'll be it. So thank you very much and enjoy the trip.
Thank you.
We would like to take a few moments to draw your attention to the safety notice in front of you. You will see that your life jacket is stowed under your seat. Instructions on how to put on your life jacket are shown on the safety notice in 3 easy steps. Place the life jacket over your head. Pass the belt around your waist and fasten the buckle. Hold the buckle and pull the belt as tight as possible. In the unlikely event of an emergency, the captain will raise the alarm over the public address system. You will be instructed to don a life jacket and remain in the muster station of the craft. The crew will assess and activate the required emergency systems. The crew will then provide further instructions. Should it be necessary to evacuate the hovercraft, you will be directed to an emergency exit and into an inflatable life raft. You are advised to take warm clothing and any medication you may need. Bags and bulky items with you. A member of crew will assist those who require it. Thank you for listening to this safety message, and if you have any questions, please ask a member of the crew. We wish you a pleasant journey and remind all passengers to remain seated and keep in motion.
Officially on the hovercraft, hovering across the water. We didn't manage to sit as a group, but we have us two together and then Reese and Lolo right back there. Enjoying the adventure that awaits.
I call you up in the middle of the night, been bothered by dreams, ain't feeling alright. You give me comfort, say just give it some time. By the end of our talk, I'm feeling just fine. You
Crazy. Excited by the rising. Reese and Lolo excited by the rising. It's crazy.
I'll pick you up in my 59 Ford. We head on down the road until we get bored. Just you and me and the sun and the wind. If the rain should start falling, we'll head on home again. Everybody else can see where we belong. Oh, ain't no ordinary love we got going on. At the end of the world, together forever is one, and I'll wait if ever you should be in doubt, and I'll pray they never can pull us apart, and I'll wait for the time when we'll be together every day. But I know if ever we'll be led astray, that I'll find my way back home to you again. At the end of the world, together forever is one, and I'll wait if ever you should.
Back on the move. Moving forward, sideways, left, right, up, and down. That's what it goes. Splish, splash, splosh. Everyone in the team is hypnotized and watching the amazing water going.
We enjoyed that. We don't often do that in service, obviously, so it might be their side choice. What we're going to do now is we're going to wait for the service craft to come in, so we'll just do a bit of a talk. If you've got any questions now as well, we'll wait for the service craft to come in on the pad. They'll change over the passengers, and then we'll do the walk around. So this craft is Island Flyer. It's a sister vessel to Solent Flyer, and these craft were launched in 2016, and they were essentially the first passenger carrying hovercraft of this size to be built in over 20 years. It's quite a modern design. As I mentioned up there, it's only powered by 2 engines. So the predecessor to this craft was a 4-engine craft. So I'm not sure if any of you were aware of the AB188s that we had in service, but they were quite noisy. They burned a lot of fuel. these are essentially the future of hovercraft design. So yeah, they were built by Griffin Hoverwork Limited, and they were based in Wolston, near Southampton, and it was a long time coming really, because the 188s were sort of getting quite old. They were originally built by the British Hovercraft Corporation in the late 80s and early 90s. So they were well used, they were reliable craft, they were good, they met the purpose that was required of them. But it was certainly time for a refresh of the industry really. So yeah, Griffin Hoverwork is a sister company to Hover Travel. They're both owned by the Bland Group. So these particular craft were built at a cost of about 5 million each. So obviously some of that cost would have been shared in-house because of the sister companies essentially, but the for sale price of these craft would be a little bit higher. You might see over on the left hand side there we have the craft in storage. Now I will talk about this one because a lot of people do come on the service and they see that we have 3 hovercraft and they think, oh well, why aren't you running 3 craft? And this particular hovercraft was used in service with Hover Travel, but it was taken out of service around 2011, 2010, something like that. Again, this one is a fairly old craft. It was launched in 2005, 2006. So, and that is a 4-engine hovercraft. So, again, it's a little bit higher on the fuel consumption. It's of a higher passenger carrying capacity as well. So, our commuters and our regular travellers would prefer a frequency over a capacity option. So rather than running a very large craft at not so frequent intervals, it makes more sense from a commercial point of view to run 2 smaller hovercraft, and obviously economically that's better as well. So yeah, the craft that we're on now weighs about 47 tonnes. It's about 20 metres in length overall, and we have the 2 engines. Obviously, as I've mentioned, they're 1,000 horsepower each. So, and that gives us a maximum cruising speed of 45 knots, which under the regulations we have a permit to operate essentially, and that dates back from aviation essentially. Aircraft were given a permit to fly. So. The early days of hovercraft, they were essentially built and operated like aircraft. So many of the early pilots, they were aviators, they weren't mariners, and hovercraft were actually built by aerospace manufacturers. So I don't know if many of you have been to East Cowes or to Cowes, but there's a large hangar there, and they built the Princess flying boats there. Now they weren't a very big success at all. They didn't make much financial sense, and they didn't go into commercial service. But that particular hangar was originally owned by Saunders Roe, and that became Westland Aerospace, and then the British Hovercraft Corporation. And so the earlier hovercraft, like the SON6, the AP 188s, as I was talking about, they were all built over in East Cowes. So yeah, as time has progressed, and perhaps sensibly, hovercraft have more been operated as a marine vehicle. So we have to meet maritime legislation. All of the pilots have Master Mariner's tickets, so we have to work at sea to gain that experience. Although the nature of a hovercraft is perhaps in some ways more akin to flying an aircraft, so ergonomically, a few of our pilots do have aircraft pilot's licenses as well. So my background is in the Merchant Navy. I've worked at sea now for 8 years this year. I left school at 18 and became an officer in the Merchant Navy. and I was working on the Irish Sea on cargo vessels for quite a while, and then I got a job working here, and I've only been working here for 4 months now, so this is, I'm one of the newer pilots, well, I am the newest pilot at the minute, and I also have a flying background as well, but that's not required, so I'm a private pilot's license. And certainly I think it does help. It's the way that we operate a hovercraft is very different to, say, a conventional vessel. So a conventional vessel will be operating at, say, 15 to 20 knots, as you can tell, we're doing, you know, well in excess of that. So we're doing about 40-45 knots as a maximum. Yeah, essentially it is beneficial to have both backgrounds, but it's entirely not required at all. And Hover Travel have been in operation since the 1960s, so this service at the minute is the world's oldest passenger carrying hovercraft service. It's a regular scheduled route, so there are passenger carrying hovercraft in operation around the world. Not of this size, but they're sort of operated on an on-demand basis. Quite a few in Russia, for example. Kazakhstan as well is a very big country where they're operating. And Griffin Hoverwork, the manufacturer, they build a large number of hovercraft for military operators. So the navies, various navies around the world, they will operate smaller hovercraft for a military role. So they are in existence, but the thing is, you see very few of them around. That not many people are aware that they actually exist. So certainly doing things like this is very beneficial to the industry, I think, because it sort of raises the profile a little bit. Yeah, you can see our sister vessel doing it there. There's nothing in the water at all. The skirt is in contact with the water, but it doesn't provide any displacement in the water. On a conventional vessel, it's fairly straightforward. Because of the water resistance, you can alter the course and it will generally go in the direction that it's pointing in. But on a hovercraft, you have to use quite large angles in order to point the craft and to direct the thrust in the new direction that you're going in. So it is quite exciting. As I demonstrated a high-speed turn out there as well, and I allowed the craft to reduce speed. The craft will operate almost like a speedboat. So when we're operating around 5-6 knots, we're actually displacing water. So there's a depression in the water underneath the craft that's being pushed down, and you will see some of that in spray. So you might not be able to see anything out the windows for a short time. And in many ways, it's akin to a speedboat. So you get above the plane on a speedboat, so there'll be a slower operating speed, and as you accelerate, the hull will rise out of the water. There'll be less water resistance and we can go quicker. And it's the same on a hovercraft. As we accelerate, the water resistance will be quite high, the skirt will be dragging in the water, and we'll need quite a large amount of thrust to accelerate the craft through the water. And once we've reached that peak resistance, the acceleration will become easier, so we will need less thrust to operate at that speed. So and typically on these crafts it's about 14, 15 knots, and as soon as we get above that point, the craft will sit further out of the water. We'll displace less water, there'll be a less depression, less of a depression in the water, and we'll be able to accelerate far more easily. And certainly Hovercraft sometimes do have their difficulties in accelerating, so the skirt can trap water, can trap sand, and as I demonstrated there, we might have to wait a few minutes just to blow this water out of the skirt, because what can happen is it can blow around the skirt, it can actually get stuck, and it can prevent us from accelerating. So, and that particular phenomenon is certainly a problem in shallow water, because the depression relative to the water depth is quite big. So quite often, if you're on our service craft, you might see that we'll slowly come out off the pad, and we might be clear of the pier before we start accelerating, because it can be difficult just to overcome this water resistance in the shallow water. And as soon as we're in the deeper water, we can accelerate. So, yeah, as soon as this craft is completed loading, we can go do a walk around, ask any questions you like. We can, I can show you the around craft, show you the features of it. And yeah, so if anybody's got any questions now, feel free. Go ahead.
I have 3 questions.
Yeah.
What is the level of depth, also the minimum amount that this can sail in?
So there's no minimum requirement at all. So we can essentially operate anywhere. What we have is a maximum obstacle clearance height. So the craft will quite easily ride straight over the water, straight over the sand, no problems at all. As I mentioned before, we're about 1.5 metres clear of the surface. So yeah, the only issue is the clearance from the ground to the bottom of the hull. So we don't really want to be crossing any obstacles that are more than a metre high, because they could then contact the hull underneath. So yeah.
And then the second is kind of one. What is the skirt made of, and how robust is it against glass and pebbles that you might find on the sand?
So really good question. Yeah. So as you can see on the right hand side, we have these pieces of the skirt essentially. So the skirt material is like a neoprene rubber type material. So it's quite durable, it's quite strong. And the main body of the skirt is in multiple segments. So you have the tubular structure around the side. And what we see here are called fingers. So these fingers will actually hang from underneath the craft, and they will be contacting the water. And as we're travelling over sand, over pebbles, even over water, these fingers over time they wear, and they have a maximum service life. So the fingers typically we will get around 800-900 hours out of the fingers. And over time this rubber will wear. As you see in South Sea, during low water there's quite a lot of shingle to traverse, so there's a large amount of friction, and because it can be a fairly quick manoeuvre to rotate the craft around into the water, the friction with the skirt fingers is quite high. So and when we're travelling at 45 knots, the resistance on the water is quite high as well. So yeah, but essentially it's about 800 to 900 hours. Any other questions? No. Anyone else?
What was your question?
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. Because I believe you're on a service craft, so the pilot will essentially just be operating the normal route. So it's a very busy morning, and it will continue to be quite busy in the afternoon as well. So as we departed South Sea, I had to make sure we were well clear of the traffic before I performed any high-speed manoeuvres. So unfortunately, no, you only get this one trip with the demonstration. So, but you can also see some high-speed turns as well, depending on the traffic. The pilot might have to alter the course, and you can see the water, the wash, and you can see the direction that the hovercraft's moving in. But no, yeah, unless you've got another hovercraft experience. Anyone else? Yeah.
I have a question for my friend. She noticed that
it's the NHS Islands rescue hovercraft thing. She was wondering how many people have you saved, and she wanted to know about that side of things.
So we carry, I mean, the figures are quite variable. So what we'll do is we'll carry on a dedicated craft, we'll do an NHS patient transfer. So this came about in the pandemic. Now, because of these newer craft, we have a ramp on the starboard side, and we can get a stretcher patient in. And it is actually quicker and more convenient for the NHS to use a hovercraft, because it's only 10 minutes or sometimes less than that to Southsea. So, whereas if they have to use a helicopter, it's obviously considerably more expensive. So, and obviously their helicopter has to be repaired, has to be flown over here, and then flown to the hospitals. There are no helicopters for medical purposes based on the island. So, and we typically carry, I mean, it varies really, but we'll carry several patients a week. So some days we might not carry any, but some days we might carry 2 people. So of course it's only for critically ill patients, so people who seriously need help, medical help on the mainland, through a specialist doctor or equivalent. So any other questions? No, so we'll all come out and we'll do a walk around quick, and I'll show you around the house.
Went for a walk with the stars last night. Did not believe that I would end up right. Lucky endings were not something for me. I drove around all across the land. Thought that I was caught in a one-man band.
On the Isle of Wight, from traveling from one island to another. It was an awesome, amazing adventure as they did all different types of maneuvers. Everyone had an epic time. It would have been better if it was by a window, but oh well, hopefully on the way back. And there is
radiators for the engines as well, and that's how we get our engine cooling. Further along, we've got a drive shaft connected to the front, and these are 5-bladed propellers. They're of aircraft construction and design, but of course they're specialist propellers. They are built by an aeronautical manufacturer, and these are 3.5 meters in diameter, so they are quite large. And then immediately behind these we have the rudders, 4 of them. So these are in the slipstream of the propeller, and when we have the thrust going out of the propeller, we also have steering as well. So you have to apply thrust to get steering, essentially. There's no other way of steering the craft. So if you don't have any thrust through the propeller, from the propeller, the steering is relatively difficult. It will turn, but it's just not as effective unless you have that airflow over the rudders there. The propellers are variable pitch, so the engine's running at the same RPM, and the propeller blades vary in pitch to cut into the air, so you can get more thrust essentially. it's in many ways similar to a helicopter. So a helicopter, the engine will be running at the same RPM, but the propeller blades will vary in pitch, and that will lift the helicopter up. And it's the same principle that we have here. So the units themselves they come wholly completed. So if you see off on the key there, there's already assembled block. And these have to be balanced as one component. So it's not possible to change one propeller blade at a time. The whole prop has to be balanced as one. So it does make it fairly expensive to replace. And the whole prop unit will have an hour limitation on it as well. So there's a maximum service interval that we have on these props. Yeah, and on the starboard side we have the same. The ducts are fitted around the prop because these things here, because they make the prop more efficient. So earlier hovercraft, they just had a propeller with no ducting arrangement whatsoever, and without getting too complicated, it relies on the same principle as an aircraft. So on an aircraft wing, some wings you get on the end called winglets, and they prevent the airflow from spilling over off the wing. And it's the same principle with the prop. So a propeller blade is exactly like a wing. It generates lift, but in a different direction, and we use that as thrust. And these ducts increase the efficiency of the propeller in that way. So yeah, so that's the walk around. This side is obviously exactly the same. If you've got any further questions, feel free. But if not, thank you very much anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the adventure for lunch, or technically I would say dinner, it's more of a dinner, but that's technical. We have been on the hovercraft. We will return to the epic hovercraft if only we can get a window seat this time. Everyone else is having epic, amazing times and is ready for food. Not gonna lie, I don't have a clue where I'm going right now. But, you know, best thing is to make it look like you know what you're doing and just walk forward and smile like definitely know what's going on. No idea what's going on. Yeah. But awesome. It's a cool island. It's like our island, but hey ho. There are the other two.
That we're here, you're not on your own.
No, I did. I was talking. I like talked to you guys, and you guys were like in your own.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet. Whoa.
I feel absolutely bloody stuffed. Feeling a bit stuffed now. Yes. Uncomfortably stuffed. It was well good food though, you have to admit though. I mean, even the ice cream. Woo! Oh, apple pie. Yeah, we're still exploring now. Check out the little amusement park. Woo! Nearly fell over. Video recording. Vice Wolf and UK Black Wolf playing SR3 Saga Rally.
taste. Lolo, focusing. She span out. She span out. Oliver's doing a bit better. So serious. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash it off. You put me up! Oh no! I've just killed like 1,000 beavers. The look on her face. She's so determined. And then there's Oliver. Her face is so serious. She's focusing. Don't crash. Oliver's having another go. Different terrain this time.
Strike! You heard of bonus game. Well done. Brave one.
Oh no. Oliver's up. Go Lola.
The middle to make a perfect strike. Strike. You earn a bonus. Insert coins or flip cards to begin.
Don't crash. Well done. Poof.
Another race now.
Yeah. Well done, guys. Well done. Gang, gang. It is well cool. We're two big kids here. Oliver, you're too young. You're too young to go in there. What have they got? What have they got? When Mama Wolf's excited because they've got a hooker duck.
I think it's really cool.
Out of everything, she's loving hooker duck. We're just in a little amusement park now. We've kind of lost her. Mama, oh my god, there we go. You're right over there.
Your small children will reap great benefits. Listen to these words of wisdom from the all-knowing Zoltar. The best place to
Looks a bit like you.
You must work for happiness. So go on. Take those two hands.
What does it say?
Your fortune. Be Becoming work and friends is a task we'll carry out.
Are you happy with your fortune? Friends and work, that is your balance of life, apparently.
I do
Nice
work
one.
all the time and I've got epic, amazing friends.
I love the way the filter makes you look like you've got makeup on though. I'm so sorry. I've actually legit just realized.
I know I've said that it wasn't my fault, but I can't hold myself together. I'm falling apart. Oh baby, I'm coming home. Oh baby, I'm coming home. I know you miss me, so don't let go. We'll keep our fire burn till infinity. Oh, you and I can't part. We're electrical, electrical, electrical. Oh, I know we'll go far. We're electrical, electrical, electrical. I know we will survive if we hold on. Electrical, 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 electrical. In time we will be together again. Our lives will be complete. They'll go hand in hand. Oh baby, I'm coming home. Oh baby, I'm coming home. I know you miss me, so don't let go. We'll keep our fire burn till infinity. Oh, you and I can't part. We're electrical, electrical, electrical.
Oh, you got it, you got it, you got Pikachu. Ah. Ah.
I know we will survive if we hold on. I know you miss me, so don't let go and keep our fire. Oh, you and I can't part.
Now we're heading on an adventure down the pier as the entire game is both recording at the same time. Recording epic. This is a person, this tells you to walk. So you gotta go bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. There is some awesome, amazing, like, stuff. So that's epic. You gotta stand on it there. I totally want to play in the sand pit now. Ooh, cars go by. Beep, beep. Wow. Skateboarding. It's quite an amazing island. Lots here. You've got the amazing team and everything. And it's gonna be a memory for a long time. Woohoo! Yeah. So let's go check out the pier.
I love the way we're both recording.
Both recording at the same time.
I know, right? Woo! We're currently walking on the pier in the Isle of Wight. It's so hot, not even gonna lie. Talk about the old tracks that have just been left there now. But yeah, gonna see a few cars going by now as well. So absolutely gorgeous. It cannot express how lovely, how warm, how amazing. I mean, just look at the view. I mean, beautiful, incredible, amazing. Cannot express it if you've never been. First time for us going, so
That's where we came from, all the way over there.
all the way over there. So the hovercraft is actually coming in. You can get a proper little view of it, hopefully. Anyways, I mean, again, excuse the hair. It's absolutely. It's not exactly windy. It's blowy. if that makes any sense. It is lovely. It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, you can tell the sun's going like all different directions on my face. But yeah, I mean, but check this out.
Clear blue sky. By the looks of it, clear water as well.
Beautiful water.
That's down at, is that the one we were on? No, the one's there that we were on.
I like legit cannot express like how
So
beautiful and calm it is. Like, can we just take in the fact that it's so calm and peaceful? Like, loads of greenery and oh, it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, as you can tell, I'm kind of hot and sweaty, so I do apologise. It's hot. It's really, really hot. So yeah, I love the way how we're all just filming at the exact same time now. So more content, more content.
We know it's hot when I'm in a dress.
Oh god, I'm in a vest top. I mean, I don't even wear vest tops out in public like this, but sod it. It's summer, YOLO, you know. So walking on the pier, to be honest, it's my first time actually walking on a pier like properly and taking it all in. And I can't even believe how amazing it is. Like literally walking in the water, but above it is amazing. I'm fascinated. I know, it's honestly so amazing the way it just like don't even care. I'm going on, don't care. So that was literally the hovercraft we have all been on. I mean, even, you know, you came back with Wolfpack that's currently still on his phone. But yeah, so again, we're just still on the pier, chilling, enjoying the sun, enjoying the view as well. Again, if you haven't been here, then take a day trip. Honestly, it's beautiful, it's amazing, everyone is friendly.
A spiritual cleanse where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end.
Here we are, it's the boys now versus the girls. No, we are walking down. Reese is pressing all the secret buttons on each rail. It'll open a secret code to a secret thing. We're going to go on a treasure hunt and everything's going to be legendary. No, it's not fun treasure, so disappointed now.
Summer, YOLO, you know. So walking on the pier,
It's come up to the hip. It's not even that.
How far the people are at? I can't even believe how amazing it is.
We're on a pier.
Keep it all together.
I want to go on the beach now. We're on an island, so. Island with island. Awesome. Ooh, there's like a castle port thingy over there. Round circle thing.
That's what we came on.
Running through emotions, holding on or letting go. I'm fine. Another day.
Almost there.
Sorry, we're just kind of on the way now.
a spinning wheel where all I feel is the ice getting thinner. Step by step, day by day, I'm fighting a winner. Pushed around, I'm nowhere bound, no solid ground. How can I get back? How can I be strong? All I do comes out wrong. I wanna be a saint, but I ain't. I'm far from.
When are we moving to the Isle of Wight, you know? I mean, got any money in your savings at all? Just gonna like do a little trick walk behind them a bit. My hair's going all in my face. That's maybe a wrong idea to do. I can't believe the view. I mean, you've got houses just there as well, and like they must wake up and have the most beautiful view of all time. Honestly, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Even the gift shops are amazing. I literally wanted to buy absolutely everything. I mean, the home stuff is incredible. But yeah, honestly, get yourself down here, enjoy the day, come out with friends and family, loved ones, enjoy the day, embrace the calmness, guys, embrace it. Well, I can officially say that was the most... Ooh, nearly fell over again. I mean, great place, great area, but the fact is that the women's and the disabled toilets are shut, and we had to use the men's, and it was so awkward because you had like men coming in and then the portals and like the urinals, and we walked in on him like not thinking anyone was in there, but it was like quiet, and oh my god, it was the most weirdest and awkward experience.
Young children going in there as well.
Like, do you mean? But bless Papa Wolf though, not Papa Wolf, UK Black Wolf. He was stopping, just making sure there's no cars with, stopping boys and men coming in while a group of women went in there, especially with kids, and that was absolutely adorable. Great citizen, goes to him, 100%. I mean, it was uncomfortable going in there in the first place, but with him on the outside standing there, it felt a lot better. But it bloody stinks, I'm telling you now, lads. Sort it out now.
Pee in the toilet, not on the outside.
Don't you look beautiful? Woo. Probably, we have no idea. Oh, what would you say here? You're going to start putting target practices in there?
Yeah, honestly, at my house I've got this sticker to go in my toilet for the boys. And it's target practice. Target practice on it, and it's got like a bullseye.
Damn straight, I mean, guys, you've got to learn. He's in here. I saw him go in here, he just kind of snuck off in there, as he does, as you do when you're on a day trip out. But yeah, awkward experience, not gonna lie. Again, beautiful place, but situations like that do put people in very uncomfortable positions. And to anyone who feels like that, don't worry about that. Just crack on with it, is all I can say. I mean, you've got more than enough girls supporting you, and you've got more than enough guys. I mean, one gentleman was really lovely, and he completely understood and waited until all the females were out, so I appreciate that guy so much. But yeah, I mean, what can you do, eh? When you gotta go, you gotta go. Not really much that you can do apart from if you want to walk into the sea, but even that's a bit of a, even that is a bit of a dodgy situation. They kind of cut off. I mean, just kind of standing outside waiting for them not to come up the shop. Oh my god, I couldn't even speak then. How did you feel in that situation?
I thought it was unfair on the girls, standing there on guard duty telling men that they can't go in and explaining to them as well. They was very understanding.
But it's the fact that they couldn't even go into their own gender toilets. That's what was more uncomfortable, do you not say?
A lot of men were understandable, and like one of the other ones said, women do come first, so it helped that situation.
Yeah, the guy was really lovely. You do got to give it to him though, do you know what I mean? So God bless that guy.
Was a little bit humpty and walked off. But
yeah. Sorry, my lovely. No, you're absolutely fine. Have a great day.
I definitely think they should have the girl toilets working, or a sign up at least, or if
to definitely tell us what the hell's going on, because that was so uncomfortable. So
off to an epic adventure.
Despite all that toilet business, we saw a sign and it said apparently what was it?
Best
funniest adventure or something that you were ever going to see or something. So we're going to go and try and check it out. Wagwan. Oh yeah, it's cute, isn't it? So yeah, we're just gonna go check it out and see if it is really funny, see if it's worth entertainment. But I mean, hey, we don't know what's going on. We're in the Isle of Wight. We're doing something completely different. It's definitely out of our like postcode, zip code, or whatever. So let's give it a go, shall we, and see what's going on. What?
For men, I definitely think there should be cubicles instead of always just the toilet bits where they can just go out.
But you know what though? Like, it's funny how we all share. You know, like you go to a festival or something, like you all share like porta potties or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one has a complaint against that. But the moment that there's yeah, no, but the moment that it has a sign on it for male and female, that's when everyone starts freaking out like, oh my god, I can't use them. But you've all shared, especially in your own home. Like, I know it's other people and random, but you kind of use them there. But anyway, we're in the Isle of Wight and we should stop talking about pottying now, because I mean, no one wants to hear about that. Nobody wants to hear that. But we did use the men's toilets. That's all I'm saying. It was freaky. It was a first time experience, to be honest, since I was a little girl and had to go with my dad. But it's all fun and games in this channel, isn't it?
The epicness of
the UK Wolfpack and toilets. So yeah. So it turns out whatever that sign said was a complete waste of time. We couldn't find anything funny or what it was leading to.
Mardi Gras is playing, but we're going to
yeah, it's like a little carnival thing. But obviously, due to the time and getting back and everything, we ain't gonna make it, which is kind of disheartening. Because I mean, there's loads of people on the street with like bubbles and everything, and I mean, we've already lost Oliver at one point. So, but I mean, it's kind of a bit disheartening, and we can't actually come and stay. Their Tim Towels are good. He kind of got ripped off, not gonna lie. But yeah, so it's kind of. It says from 3, but they haven't quite reached it down to where we kind of are. So, yeah. So we're kind of heading to the Royal Victoria Arcade. It's a lovely building. Lovely, lovely building. I do have to. I mean, it's like a little inside old antique place. Absolutely. Oh, tiny little puppy, so cute. Oh, it's got a little retro diner. This is actually so amazing. I mean, look at that little water fountain. I mean, little. Do you know what I mean? It's incredible. I love stuff like this. Just seeing like the antiqueness and just different designs. Oh my Christ, that's amazing. I'm gonna put the camera.
Always look up.
Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Don't you look beautiful? Woo. Probably, we have no idea. Should we go in now or not? Where? I don't know.
Recording epic adventure shopping with the Reefs, Charlotte's, yes, with the Wolfpack, looking at amazing scented candles,
looking at vintage shops. I mean, honestly, it was absolutely a little dream to go into that little mall sort of centre thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so beautiful. So many different things in there, especially from like the olden days with the records and the old books and the old toys. It was something definitely for like like older generations to definitely have a look at. But in terms of like holiday wise, it definitely isn't a day. There's too many beautiful shops to just ignore, but unfortunately we've had to today. So I'm just boogieing away as I do. So But yeah, I would definitely say, I'm sure you can all agree that in order, oh my God, in order to actually experience it fully, like we would have to come and stay for, you know, an extra couple of days, stay in one of the hotels that we saw that looked really beautiful from the outside. Not too sure on what it looks like on the inside, however, I'm sure that's something for another adventure or for another time. And would you guys be up for like coming in and staying for like weekend or something?
Definitely.
I mean,
it's amazing, and you don't want to be the only one to miss out, and I recommend us to all go on it.
no, yeah, definitely. I mean, it'll be great to, you know, experience like everything properly, and especially all the cute little shops as well.
Now on our return journey. Adventure.
You wake me up in the middle of the night. You say I cannot wait till the morning. Some things just have to be done in the middle of the pouring rain. I still remember the look on your face, how you smiled the first time I met you. But when I look at you now, there's no trace. I guess it's all been erased. You tell me that it's over, that we just hurt each other, but we don't have to end up this way. We're underwater, way off the shoreline. I try to reach you, but you're drifting away. We're underwater, but there's still time left. If we want it, we can breathe again, breathe again. I'm not surprised that you're feeling this way. I've long known that you're bothered by something. I don't believe that you're right when you say that we're better off this way. I guess it's true as my mother did say, you can't trust a soul that's been shattered. All those moments we shared face to face, was it all just a game you played? You tell me that it's over, that we just hurt each other, but we don't have to end up this way. We're underwater, way off the shoreline. I try to reach you, but you're drifting away. We're underwater, but there's still time left. If place, a new home for a while. Let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by. Life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way.
Hovercraft ride has come to an end with Mama Wolf, Feisty Wolf and Papa Wolf.
It was a really good day. We enjoyed it. Hovercraft, definitely recommend. And the Isle of Wight.
It was great.
Great, awesome. We hope you enjoyed it and we hope that you'll have an epic adventure as well. Catch you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and smash that
Bell button.